Hello, everyone.
And welcome to Chameleon Conversations.
I'm Chris,
And I'm Desiree.
and today we're going to have a conversation about us.
Woohoo! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's a Q&A.
So we're kicking things off with a hot topic.
This has been debated pretty heatedly across the interwebs.
Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Yes. All right, next question. What makes you feel accomplished?
I would say anytime I complete a project.
Just any project when
Just
you finish
when
it.
it's finished, I don't have to think about it anymore. I can just appreciate it. Let anyone else appreciate it.
But does other people appreciating it make you feel accomplished more?
It's mostly just completing it. Like, if I'm happy with it, then that's where I get most of the enjoyment. It's less what other people think about it.
Sweet. Yeah, I would say kind of the same. A tangible creation of something made, produced out there. And yeah, especially for me, I am a words of affirmation person. That's high on my list. So when it's appreciated by friends or family, that makes me feel accomplished as well. And also just helping anyone in any way, shape, or form. If I can help someone, I feel accomplished and good.
So who is your favorite superhero?
Growing up, my sister really liked Superman, so she collected a bunch of Superman memorabilia. And so kind of as like a rite of passage, I felt when I was younger to choose my superhero, and it was when I was young. So I chose Spider-Man was my first favorite superhero. He was young like me, kind of awkward like me, very relatable. But as I grew older, I switched. I left him for another man. I fell in love with Batman for more nostalgic reasons. I grew up watching Batman. My brothers and I, we all had VHSs. I've always liked Gotham and its grittiness and the way DC portrays that.
He's high up on my list too. My two are Aquaman and Martian Manhunter. Aquaman I've liked ever since Jeff Johns' portrayal in the New 52 comics.
Which was, for people who don't know what that is, it was just well before the movies came out, the recent movies.
It was kind of the rebirth of Aquaman because he, for a long time, I think it was the 70s, maybe into the early 80s, they had a cartoon that portrayed him
He was kind of a joke.
Yeah, just not in a very serious way, kind of, no one really liked him for a long time. And so they kind of brought him back. Obviously, Jason Momoa's portrayal has also helped. And then Martian Manhunter, I've liked him since the Justice League cartoons. He was just a level-headed, kind of humble guy, but if things ever did get heated, he could handle himself, even against Superman. If I had to choose, I would probably lean a little bit more towards Martian Manhunter. I think I've liked him longer.
So, as it stands, Batman for me.
Martian Manhunter for me.
Sweet. Next question. Did you have an imaginary friend growing up?
Nope. I wanted one.
I never knew this.
So, I think I had maybe a couple friends that had one, or maybe I just watched it in a show. And so I thought the idea was cool. But I tried to create a character or something, and I just couldn't keep it alive. I just was just I don't know. It just never worked out for me.
So funny. I definitely did. I had many friends. I was very popular. In the imagination.
In your imagination, you were super popular.
I never thought about it that way. I think I just had a very active imagination, period. One was Falcor from the Neverending Story, the fluffy dog-like dragon. And then the other one was Cheetor from Beast Wars. And I think I chose those two because they could, because I was very clever. So I had my... I think had a childlike science to my imaginary friends, where if they were going to travel with me wherever I went, which often as a child is in the back of your parents' car, they had to be able to kind of magically keep up some way. I think that's why they were the choices, because of the way that they could like move.
So what are some of your favorite video games?
Well, I was never really a avid gamer. My brothers were. So a lot of the games I enjoyed were because I could play that second player role, which I think is very important for game creators and stuff. For those who maybe aren't like as dedicated into putting all of the hours in, like having the ability to play alongside people who are was awesome. So there was a Sonic the Hedgehog game where you could play Tails, and if you got left behind by Sonic, the game would just make it fly and catch up to wherever they were in the game, which was awesome. But they could also Tails could really help too. Like Tails could fly and Sonic could like jump up and like link hands, and you could like lift the other character up to get certain things or whatever.
I think that is a less popular way of designing games nowadays, is co-op at all, and then also just having a less of a skilled gamer option. They have a less detrimental character, and I think it was Toadette, where she's a lot harder to lose lives.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't, I think, fall as much. I forget the details, but I think that's like underrated. Like I feel like
I really loved that game because I got to participate.
Yeah.
I also grew up loving Mortal Kombat, which I was surprisingly good at because the original versions were very kind to button mashers. So I could just mash buttons hardcore and still kind of feel like I was winning at times. We also had Golden Axe, which was really a fun game, kind of a side scroll. That was just a really fun game.
I actually didn't know about that game until you showed that to me.
Really? Oh yeah, it's a super fun, really awesome game. Super Smash Bros, where you can kind of just beat up, again, button mash. And then as I got older with you, my first like real game that I started to kind of take on as my own was Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So I know those type of games get a lot of crap, but I loved it. I still love it. And that was my kind of OG personal game. And then when we played through Halo, kind of again, I got to play with you alongside me, which helps me as a gamer. The idea of playing with others online was really cool to me too, just being like, whoa.
Yeah, you hadn't done that before.
No, never. So that was really cool. But yeah, aside from that one particular game, when you play a game where you're not pitted against other gamers, it's really nice because I don't feel like just constantly getting a beat down. I don't feel like I'm constantly losing to try to learn how to, like, that's a hard way to learn a game, is to just lose, and then like, oh, but eventually you'll be better. Like, to play alongside someone is kind of my jam. So what about you? What are your favorite games?
Well, it's a long list, but I'll make it as short as possible. Started out, one of my favorites was Pokemon Blue version. And then to skip ahead to the early consoles, 007 GoldenEye.
Ooh, we had that game. That was fun.
And 64, yeah. I didn't ever have it because I didn't have an N64, but a lot of my friends, whenever we went to a friend's house, like usually everyone had that game.
It was a cool game.
It is so much fun, yeah. Me and my brother's first console was a original Xbox, and so Halo.
That was your first console?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. And so Halo, 007 Nightfire, both of those were huge. We played those so much. And Halo, all across the board, we played all of them. Skyrim.
That was a pretty game.
It's become mainstream, but it's because it's so good.
Yeah.
Minecraft.
Ooh, we played that one together. That one's really fun.
I've played it since, I think, like beta, and it's just always getting updates, and it's just always a new experience every time you play it.
Yeah, it's also more on the simpler side, if you want it to be that way. I like the kind of levels at which you can play that game.
Yeah, you can go deep into it, or you can play
be
very
super simple and easy.
Light. And then, as for arcades, all-time favorite arcade game is, I believe it's Gauntlet Dark Legacy, but I'll take any Gauntlet game.
We seek those out.
It's just good button mashing fun where you're just going through and just throwing axes or arrows or spells at goblins or whatever it is.
Next question is, describe your ideal work environment for a passion project. So not just like any kind of work, but just like to really work on something you're passionate about.
I'd say a hydraulic standing desk, wood, floor to ceiling windows overlooking a view of nature, preferably a forest of some kind. And then all around having like filled bookshelves with warm woods and earthy tones, on the floor and the furniture. And then I'd be working in like a journal in my laptop. Just for atmosphere, I would have a few woodwick candles lit. And then overall, very isolated, minimal distractions.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people around, not a lot of things to distract me from my work.
For me, it definitely agreed with like the lots of natural light and a view of anything for me, even if I was like high up in like a city building and I was overlooking a city or something like that. I know you hate that. For the viewers who can't see, he's making a ew face. But no, I mean, I would like some sort of nature scape as well. It's very peaceful, very very nice to create in and around. I agree on the candles. I like open windows too, where you can kind of hear the wind blowing or rain or anything like that. As long as you keep the caffeinated beverages of all kinds flowing, that is pretty much my jam. Lots of journals, lots of pens and highlighters. Pencils are for losers. And I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
Shots fired.
I love pencils.
I know. And then I don't even really need, at least at this point in my life, a computer. I just need my phone and my Bluetooth keyboard, and that is my ideal atmosphere. And in a dream world, cats that don't chew on things.
So who inspires you creatively?
Oh, first and foremost, my mom. She is creative on so many different levels. I think that's kind of where a lot of my chameleonness originates from, is her ability to take on literally any project and just go for it. There is no challenge you cannot give that woman that she's not like, yeah, I can do that. For years and years, Halloween costumes, just like, I want to be this. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can find that. I can sew that. She is hugely inspirational. She works harder, and we can run circles around any and every one of us kids. Like, she'll be up late working on something. We're all tired and going to bed. We're young, and she's like, yeah, I'm gonna work till like 3 a.m. and then I'll probably wake up early and finish it up. Like, it's just, she's crazy, and I love it. So she inspires me greatly. Jenny and David Mustard online. They are Swedish people that do a YouTube channel that, I don't know, it kind of inspired me a lot because they just do different things creatively instead of kind of getting pigeonholed into one type of thing. Jenny herself started out doing a lot of like food videos, and then she shifted gears and started doing some other stuff, and people were like, hey, bring back those recipe videos, and she was like, I put out like 200 recipes and a cookbook, so I'm kind of done with that. And like right now she's working on a novel while she does a lot of fashion stuff, while they also do podcasty type things. So I just kind of like them a lot.
Yeah.
They're really enjoyable to listen to. They work very hard to have like a nice creative space. I just really enjoy following them a lot. Audrey Hepburn has always stuck with me forever. She just was iconic in such a beautiful simplicity. And then even outside of that Hollywood scene, she was also very like humanitarian and like just did stuff with her life to try to make the world a better place. And that was very inspirational to me. Pretty much everything and many people inspire me. It just depends on the day, but those are kind of some of my tops right now, currently. What about you? Who inspires you?
So for me, for world building and writing, I would have to say the grandfather Tolkien.
Mm-hmm.
He just did such in-depth world building and character creating, and that inspires me a lot. R.A. Salvatore is a bit more modern.
I had never heard of him before you.
Yeah, But he's a fantasy author that he's really great at world building and character creating. I love his stories, but a lot of people recognize him as one of the best fight scene authors.
Oh, really? What is the main title he's recognized for?
His main series is the Legends of Drizzt, which is my favorite story. Character, yeah. And but what he's famous for was he was a boxer, and so when he writes a fight scene, he doesn't put his pen down until he finishes the fight scene.
Like
to keep the energy going and hit to hit. But anyways, and then musically, I would say Phineas and 21 Pilots right now. They are just small production groups that remind me of us and what we try to do with music. And they just inspire me to get big sounds out of small means. Small means. Yeah, just two people or one person.
Yeah. I would have also said somebody musically, but I can't choose, so that's just why, because it's everybody all the time. And everything.
It's true.
But I agree with Phineas. He's a master at his craft. Just starting out, it's unbelievable. What they do with sounds and just recording stuff on the fly. One of the main songs that I really enjoyed of Billie Eilish's, I said eyelash like almost like eyelash. Billie Eilish's main songs, Bad Guy, that like sound in that background, that
the hi-hat.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like a hi-hat, but we later discovered from watching an interview that it was just a recording of a stop, like a crosswalk sound played out in like Australia or something.
Yeah, it was the telling you to go in Australia, and it's like go. Yeah.
And they just recorded it on a phone and then just used it. So the innovation that they have, I totally agree. Sorry to hop on your answer.
The last one I would say is the Critical Role cast,
which is a professional group of voice actors playing Dungeons and Dragons.
Yep, and they just inspire me a lot to create characters, to create more of my worlds, and they just inspire me a lot.
Yeah, they're a really good group. I enjoy kind of catching them at a glance in the background and stuff. Every once in a while I'll watch something and they just, the unity that they kind of hold within their building something together is really admirable.
Yeah.
What is the funniest animal you can think of?
Okay. So I'm not sure if I'm saying this correctly, but proboscis monkey? You might have to Google it.
Oh, please do.
But I think they're just the silliest looking monkey, and they just make me laugh.
Insert picture here.
Yeah.
I think the funniest animal that I can think of is a red-lipped batfish. It looks so fancy. Like it's all dressed up to go out on the night of the town.
Yeah, looking for a date.
Yeah, look at this thing. So cute.
Looks so grouchy.
Well, it's got resting bee face, but that's alright.
Still needs a date. So what's your go-to comfort food?
Ooh, so many. But if I must choose, pizza for sure. I love pizza. It's probably my favorite food. And then next to that, right up there with that would be any and all kind of breakfast foods. And cereal. I love cereal. There's nothing that makes you feel more like, just like a kid, but also an adult than buying your favorite cereal of choice.
Yeah. So mine would be probably soup in almost any form.
Yeah.
And I would also say Mexican food. Both of those I could go to at any time, pretty much. Both. So what movie quotes do you use regularly in everyday life?
Ooh, so many. so many movie quotes in this house.
Yeah.
We use pretty much anything and everything from The Fifth Element. That's almost like a second language in this house. Chican. Lili Dallas, Multipass.
No.
What else? What does the guy say?
Ain't got no matches.
I ain't gonna fire.
Yeah.
Do you smoke? I know some priests. Do you smoke? Yeah, that's like very, very popular in this house. What else? We watched The Dark Crystal. Yeah, we watched The Dark Crystal, and the way that they say essence. Mm-hmm. We say that a lot. I don't know why.
We love Nacho Libre, so
yes.
Get that going out of my face.
I baptize you.
Oh yeah.
We always say potatoes.
Yep, from Lord of the Rings. Nice crispy bacon, Mr. Frodo.
Oh, of course, yes, always. Anytime bacon is mentioned ever.
Yeah.
Haripana. Jackie Chan.
Yeah. What is that?
Shanghai Noon.
Yeah. Eat the food, Tina.
Oh, Napoleon Dynamite.
Or Nacho
Libre, no, yeah.
Napoleon.
Yeah. Our latest favorite is from Stranger Things. I don't think anyone quotes this, but we do. Yeah. And it's just, who is it? Whose dad is it?
So it's Mike's dad. In season 1, he gets in trouble with his wife, and he's like, "What I do?"
So we say that in the house, "What I do," all the time. It's so good.
Don't be talking about my bow tie.
Oh, you say that one a lot, and I did not know what that was from for a long
School
time
of Rock,
ago.
yeah.
I don't even think I say this correctly, but from like the first episode of Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's like a cute little kid that's like, "But I gotta pee."
Yeah.
So we say that sometimes. Oh, and Harry Potter. Harry Potter was not good. Return to Hogwarts this year.
Something like that.
I don't know why we say that.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But
it's said way more than it should be in this house, but yeah, movie quotes are
there's so many.
Language in our house. So yeah. What is something people often misunderstand about you?
Well, one thing, especially if someone doesn't know me, and any sort of technology breaks around them, they immediately assume that I can fix it.
Yep.
Just with my glasses, and I don't know.
Oh, you think that's why?
Could be, I don't know, but I more often than not get assumed, like when they scan the room, "Hey, do you know how to fix this?" Like they'll just...
You just look like a guy that knows tech, man. You just do.
Now, to be fair, I know how to fix a lot of things with technology.
So they're not wrong.
But it's still... I don't know everything. I don't, deep into computers and stuff like that. I don't know.
I know your everything. Family, it's like your cousin and you. Like, this is like who they call.
Yeah.
Something misunderstood about me. Probably that I'm not interested in as much as I am, like kind of just the stereotypical conversation, and then they'll be like, "Oh, you're interested in that, or you know something about that," and yeah, I kind of try to keep my interests very broad and open and constantly growing. So I think that surprises people. Lightning round. Okay, so this one's a this or that. So starting off, number 1, song lyrics or movie quotes. Movie quotes. All right, 2, sweet or savory?
Savory.
Sweet. Number 3, lead with your heart or trust your mind?
Mind.
Heart. That's why we're so perfect together. Okay, breakfast for dinner or dinner for breakfast? Breakfast for dinner. All right, number 5, city vacation or country vacation? City.
Country.
And that is where we are different. All right, comfy clothes or all dressed up? Comfy. For sure. We are a comfy household. Pancakes or waffles? Waffles. Work alone or work in a team?
Alone.
I like to work in a team. Forest or beach? Forest. Movie theater or movies at home? I like the theater. I have a lot of nostalgia with the theater.
I enjoy the theater too, but I would prefer movies at home. Favorite color?
Mine is blue.
Green. Favorite season?
Oh, obviously.
Fall.
Yeah, fall.
Favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Christmas. Favorite hot beverage?
Coffee, please.
London fog. Favorite cold beverage?
This one's a treat, but anytime you can get like fresh apple cider around the fall time, it is liquid gold.
All right, mine's Mountain Dew.
Ew. Okay.
Favorite movie snack?
I think unanimously it's popcorn.
Yeah. Favorite form of exercise?
Any sort of like dance aerobic. So, I mean, think Zumba, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, mine's hiking, where it doesn't really feel like the workout.
Yeah, not necessarily a workout.
All right, your favorite book genre?
I'd probably say kind of like self-helpy type of books, but I don't believe in self-help because someone's helping you because they wrote that book. But yeah, but specifically I love reading like pastors' takes on different things and their stories.
All right. Yeah, mine's fantasy novels for sure.
Surprise.
Favorite movie genre?
I like the drama.
And I like epics. All right, last question. What's your favorite card game?
I love BS.
And mine's Magic the Gathering. All right, well, that was a fun conversation.
Yeah, we want to have different kinds of conversations, not all of the same, not always serious. We want to mix it up, change it up. But that's kind of the beauty of conversations. They never truly end, and we hope you continue this conversation and many more.
All right, we'll see you guys next time.
Love you.
Bye.